Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are watching us from. These African leaders, they are funny group of people. They say they are ECOWAS. They are against the coup in Niger. And they are telling the military people who took over, you people should step down. Step down. We want things done in order. And their leader is our president, who rigged into office. Yes, they are telling Niger, the military coup leaders, you guys get down, because we want decency in Africa. We want decency. He who should go to equity must come with clean hands. Oga Tinubu, Oga Bulaba, how did you go there? Meanwhile, let our viewers see this video before we come back. Hey, I love you. Hey.
Or a civilian rule and illegally elected government. The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. There must not be corruption. But I have a concern. Before setting up a unit or anti-coup d'etat unit in ECOWAS, isn't it time that the African head of states or the ECOWAS head of states look into the reason why there are coup d'etats? What are the root causes of coup d'etats? Let them put their house in order first before they set up an anti-coup d'etat unit. Let them put their house in order. And I believe their house is not in order. This unit is set up to defend them and to protect them only, nobody else. What is more coup d'etat than your national constitution gives you 2-term limit, 5 years, 2 terms. After serving 10 years, you want to change the constitution for another term. Is that not a coup d'etat? Because you feel you have the powers to do that. The soldiers have the powers to coup d'etat. That is also another coup d'etat. And they are living with them there. They are there. In the name of civilian, putting on mufti clothes, calling yourself a Democrat, when you loot all the resources of your country, mislead people, torture them, imprison them, burn their businesses to us, and you call that a democracy? Mislead people, torture them, imprison them, burn their businesses to us, and you call that a democracy? Or a civilian rule and illegally elected government? The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. There must not be corruption. They must stop looting our resources. They must understand that they are not a better citizen than anybody. They are given a responsibility, a role to play to help develop the countries and make sure that there is peace and tranquility and respect the constitution of the country. But this is not happening. Example is this government. This government has lied to people in 2016 that they are going only for 3 years. Was that not a lie? Who asked them to tell people that we are going for 3 years? Were they forced to say that? They went around the whole country, lied to everyone. When the people started reminding them, this is what you promised us, they threw tear gas on them. And the president is bragging, yes, when I threw tear gas in them, they never came back. Does that not anger the citizens? You throw tear gas on your people. Some of them are wounded and you stand out there and bragging that I throw them a tear gas. They never come back. That alone can anger the citizens.
Have you heard that? Oh, what will I give to that man? That man deserves honor for saying this. Certain things are wrong. Yeah, so they want to set up anti-coup d'etat unit. They have their clique of evil people. How did most of them even get into power? How did Tinubu get into power in Nigeria? How did they get into power? Most of these politicians. These are what angers the military. The military, most of the time, they step in to put things in order. How did Tinubu get into power? In a rigged election. And you know what most of these guys does? They are doing this to protect their own self, because they are afraid of what happened in Nigeria repeating in their own countries. They are talking about coup d'etat. What coup d'etat is like entering in a wrong way forcefully. What about entering through manipulation of election results, through rigging, through intimidation of voters, through vote buying? They are all coup d'etats. I like the way this man expressed this. ECOWAS African head of state. Gently, we condemn the coup d'etat in Niger. Una head no correct. Una head no correct. Una head no correct at all. Una get problem all of una. Go and check most of the records of these people. They have gathered quickly to condemn. Because they are afraid. They are not doing the right things. He told them, go and put your house in order. Put your own house in order. According to the Bible, Jesus said, you cannot have a log in your eye, container, the big wood in your eyes, and you are telling somebody that has small whatever to, that log in your eyes will have blocked your eye from seeing. So how can you see well to go and tell somebody that has a little, maybe sandy stuff in his eyes to, hypocrites. African leaders, hypocrites. Why do the military even step in some of the times? You know why? Because things have gone wrong and the civilians continue in their impunity, thinking nothing will happen. For example, Obasanjo came first term, came second term, for 4 years, Nigeria. Obasanjo tried third term, but he failed. Now, if he succeeded, is there anything different from that and coup d'etat? And think that is the case with Niger and some many African countries. They bend the constitution. The constitution has been existing. They come in, they bend it to extend their stay. Who knows how many years this guy has ruled? They still call him civilian government, legitimately elected government. Manipulated results because they are the incumbent, they are in power. They come in, they abuse the system, they do whatever they like. Civilians are the worst people. In Nigeria, we were talking about Abacha. Abacha killed. During IBB, certain people were killed. Okay, let me tell you something. Let's check. From 1999, that they have done the main transition to civilian government. Can you compare the deaths from that 1999 till now to when the military ruled? The military has not killed quarter of what the Nigerian civilians killed. Check it out. You say the military reign is characterized with brutality and the rest of them. Can you compare it to what we are seeing? The kind of people they have killed in the name of democracy, politics in Nigeria. Do you know how many people have died? Funsho William died because of politics. Funsho William in Lagos. Former, finance minister to Obasanjo? He died. A lot of people have been murdered under the civilian regime, under the civilian government, compared to the military. And yet they are telling military. They say military is bad. The civilians are telling you the military is bad in most cases because they want to maintain their grip in power, and they do the worst things actually. How do most of them even come into power? Is that not a coup? Sincerely, I used to tell my friends, I don't totally like the democracy, especially the form we see in Africa. Even the one in Nigeria, I don't hail it. Because most people that get into power in Nigeria are in the wrong way. There is a coup against the people. The people will vote, they will do another thing. What is the difference between the army taking over? Now, each time the civilians come into power, in Nigeria and maybe elsewhere too, before you know, they change the military chiefs. And a lot of soldiers are retired when not due. When they are yet to finish their service, they are retired against their, the things are done wrongly. They will just, because the new army chief will be maybe lower in rank to most of those officers, they will have to retire when their time is not yet. Because the presidency need to be pleased. He is afraid these generals, they are the ones that are capable of, this coup and everything. He will retire soldiers that are not due for retirement. Look at how many of them that were called the other day to submit their retirement or be forcefully disengaged, disgraced, or they will be booted out because the junior officer was appointed. And why these politicians appoint new officers, change service chiefs, is because some of them are afraid of coup, and some of them are around to perpetrate evil, and they need the people they appointed that will do their biddings. That when they do evil, when they continue in impunity, these people will not talk because they are in charge. So when you see each new government making appointments, especially in the area of the armed forces, don't hail them. In most cases, the appointment is to deal with you. Deal with you people. They make change so that the older ones will go, the ones that are, that could oust them from, that are, in the capacity or have such mind to oust them when they do the wrong things, are thrown out of the way. Forget these politicians, especially in Nigeria. Especially in Nigeria, they like to keep themselves in power. Can you imagine someone, according to the narration that man was giving, he was boasting of throwing tear gas and people will run away. Can you imagine? He brags about it. He wants to stay in power for the rest of his life. So I like his questions. What is the difference between a civilian that manipulated his way to the top, grabbed power illegally, the wrong way, and a military man who seized power with reason because things are not right? Just like a lot of things that are happening in Nigeria. This government came in, their main focus is to first please politicians, increase the salaries of the politicians, then fuel subsidy, punish the common people. And the military will be clapping for you. Yes, they will have to clap this time around because you have put your people in place. They will be settled. But other people will suffer. A lot of things are wrong, and the politicians want it to continue like that. And they put their people in place to suppress the common man. And like in Niger, when they've been patient for a long time, trying to see whether the civilian government will change and do the right things. And they said, let's take this power and do the right things. And some group of wicked souls, devils, will gather We are against coup d'etat. We are going to form an anti-coup d'etat unit. We are imposing a no-fly zone. Rubbish. You people are wicked. You people are wicked souls. Most of you are illegally elected. Most of you came into power the wrong way. I am doing this video to say I support that particular man. Yes, the man I just showed you. Oh my God. He is in fact, he made my day. He made my day. Hypocrites in power, look at them. Go and remove the log in your eyes. The wood, bar of wood in your eyes before you remove the small sand in your, small stone in your brother's eye. You are hypocrites. This is where we will draw the curtain on this one. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Bye-bye for now.